All right, I just want to make a quick video review of screwdriver bit holders. I've collected a few over the years. I've tried different ones out, and I'm going to go over which one is my favorite. All of them are trying to replace and add versatility to this, which is just a standard screwdriver. So this is probably pretty much the gold standard to beat. And obviously with the versatility comes compromises, and I'm going to talk about which compromises I do and I value more than others. First and foremost, I need the ergonomics for the bit holder to be good, and then secondly, I want there to be as little play or slop in the bit holder itself. Third, I want the length to be adequate, and I personally think 100 millimeters is the perfect length for just a general purpose bit holding screwdriver. And also I want to have some degree of feature set that helps the ergonomics of the tool or the functionality of the tool. So first and foremost, this is my favorite one. This is a Felo ergonic, made in Germany, 438, 100 millimeter shaft length and total length of 200 millimeters. This one for me has the best gap balance, the best ergonomic grip feel here. It's nicely weighted, has perfect length, and of all of my bit holders, this one has the least amount of slop where the bit is held by the bit holder. The second place for least amount of slop goes to this Wiha bit holder. This is obviously not a full size. This is a stubby, but this one also has fantastically low, very little slop in where the bit is held. The worst offender is this generic bit holder I have here, which is just a no-name brand, and you can hear and see all that slop. And all right, my next favorite is this all-trade tool I received as a birthday gift way back when I was a kid, and this has probably been the most used out of all of these in building computers primarily, and general purpose use, and largely because this is very slim. It's got an excellent balance. It has the same length as this Felo tool here in terms of shaft length. You see right there. But its handle is also thinner and it does not have any rubber grip like this one does. But it's so streamlined. It's nice to get into tight to reach spaces, and especially for computer building, you get a lot of never over torqued screws because this part of the screwdriver is so thin. Whereas this one is a little bit more vague than this because of the rubber grip. It's cushiony up here and it gets really hard down here. And then I have some assortments. So this is a Workpro that's available on Amazon for I think like $6 or $7. I really dislike this one largely because of the amount of slop that it has in the tip. There's a lot of slop. It's a little bit unbalanced. The balance isn't that great. It doesn't fit in the hand as nicely as this. And also what I don't like about this one is the length. It's significantly shorter. One critique I have about this Felo is the width of the bit holder portion. This is actually 11 millimeters, whereas just about on all these other screwdrivers, all these other bit holders, it's 10 millimeters across. So I'll show you that as well. So here we have this one, and here's the Felo, and you can see it right there. It's got about one, I guess they did it for more durability, but I believe it was unnecessary, and it definitely is a little bit more clunky and less streamlined. One thing you do worry about with these bit holders, biggest sacrifice in versatility compared to a standard screwdriver is you get all this thickness right here, which if you have a screw that's recessed in a slot or a hole, and the shaft has to be thin enough to make it through the recess to reach the screw. I mean, you can only use a standard screwdriver. This is, you're going to try to reach in there, and then this is going to get hung up. And so this has a lower likelihood of getting hung up than this, but honestly, I've never ran into a situation where this has actually prevented me from fastening or unfastening the screw compared to this. If this isn't going to work, this is probably not going to work either. I'm going to need to go get a standard screwdriver. So there's that. That's definitely a limitation of these. Next, we're talking about slot. So here's a ratcheting screwdriver, and I hate this screwdriver. I absolutely hate this because look at the slop that this has. So loosey-goosey. It's so vague, especially with the slop and the ratcheting mechanism. You just don't know where you are. And then also like it jiggles around the handle. There's so much weight back in the handle. This whole mechanism is kind of janky. This adds, quote, a feature set or versatility while all the while being super gimmicky. I wish I never bought this. Other people may have a different opinion, but I really dislike this. And then for the same reason, I kind of put this one together. This is a vessel, a bit holder. It came with long bits to drive, which was nice, but that's a limited selection, so I added this onto there. But it also introduces a fair amount of play. And not to mention, I don't really like the ergonomics of this handle. It's not terrible. It still works. But, I mean, compared to something like this or a standard screwdriver, these ergonomics are just off for me. This one is awesome, but there's not much selection in terms of bits. You got this and you can flip it around. Again, I don't use any of these tools professionally. I just use them in my household. And there's that. So if I had to recommend one, I would say go with this. Actually, first and foremost, go with this. And then go with this. Here, I also have this Wiha right here that has multiple bits. I like this for the versatility, but I don't like it because of the ergonomics. The handle's humongous. The length is adequate. The length is appropriate. But the handle is just so big. Look at that. Just so they could fit all these bits. The other thing I really dislike about this are the proprietary bits. It takes these double-sided proprietary bits. And so I'm always worried, like, if I wear one of these bits out, is this screwdriver trash now? Right, to buy another bit set. Whereas the non-proprietary bits are just great because you could just throw them out and drop a new one in. So this is what I mean by the standard bit. All right, well, thanks for watching.